Have you ever thought to yourself, is this ADHD or is this trauma? Or is it both? Maybe you forget appointments, drop the ball on follow through, or get emotionally overwhelmed over small things. And part of you wonders, what's actually going on in my brain? If you've ever felt confused or like nothing fully explains your experience, you are not alone. This is one of the most common questions I hear from ADHD women. Is it ADHD or trauma? And today we're going to talk about why that question is so hard to answer and why it matters. Here's the tricky part: ADHD and trauma can look nearly identical on the surface because both can cause emotion dysregulation, trouble focusing, forgetfulness, shutdown or overwhelm, sensory sensitivity, even social confusion or withdrawal. And it gets more complicated. ADHD can lead to trauma because growing up with an unsupported neurodivergent brain in a neurotypical world can be traumatic. And trauma can mimic ADHD through hypervigilance, nervous system dysregulation, and dissociation. So if you've lived with both, you're probably carrying patterns that stem from multiple roots. I want to be honest with you. As someone who's been in the mental health field for over 25 years, even I struggled to see ADHD clearly in my clients at first, especially for those with complex trauma and especially women. As recently as 2020, I felt real trepidation around identifying ADHD, seeing only complex trauma survivors as my main client base, because I had been trained, like many of us, that ADHD was too often misdiagnosed when the real issue was trauma. And in some cases, that's true. But what I came to realize was this: I was missing something equally important. Sometimes it's both. And when we only see trauma or only see ADHD, we miss the full picture. And that misattunement can deepen shame, delay healing, and keep women stuck in patterns that don't make sense even to them. Since then, I've course corrected and dedicated myself to serving the ADHD population with greater clarity, nuance, and compassion. Because so many women are navigating these layered realities without proper support. And unfortunately, not everyone sees it. Even renowned voices like Gabor Mate, who I deeply respect, has argued that ADHD is often just trauma. But as Dr. Russell Barkley points out in his video, linked in the description, the science simply doesn't support that idea. ADHD is real, and it's distinct, even when trauma is also present. When we misread what's actually happening, we end up giving people the wrong tools. If we treat trauma but miss ADHD, we might expect someone to just implement a routine or self soothe when their brain literally cannot regulate that way. And if we treat ADHD without acknowledging the trauma, we might push productivity tips that only deepen a shame spiral because those underlying wounds are still there, keeping that person from acting. True support starts with understanding the whole picture. That's what helps us stop playing small and finally start living in alignment with our brains, our bodies, and our truth. If this resonates with you, if you've lived in that confusing overlap of ADHD and trauma, I created something just for you. It's called The Self-Love ADHD Woman Way: How to Stop Playing Small with ADHD. It's a journal book experience to help you release the patterns that keep you stuck, regulate your nervous system, and move forward in a way that honors your brain, your energy, and your life. Pre-sale is open now. Reserve your copy at the link in the description. And remember, you're not too much. You're not making it up. You're not alone. You just haven't been fully seen yet. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.